The last group we're going to cover for the Gold Cup is Group D, of course. We have 3 other videos for Group A, B, and C, our predictions and previews, so make sure to go check those out if you haven't already. But today is Group D. Before we start, let us know in the comments down below how you think this group is going to finish between the U.S. men's national team, Trinidad and Tobago, Haiti, and everybody's favorite North American team, Saudi Arabia. Let's get it started. We're going to do a little differently, though. Instead of going fourth through first, we're going to go country by country. It makes it easier to split up so you guys can click through to wherever you want to be at. Let's start, though, with Trinidad and Tobago. Where do you have Trinidad and Tobago going in this group?
I have them going fourth, unfortunately.
Damn.
You know, I love them for what they did for that one World Cup against the United States, knocking them out. You know, truly will forever be grateful for that.
A cool 7-8 years ago now. I think 8 years ago, was it?
Hey, truly grateful no matter what. You know what I mean? Show them respect. Come on now.
Okay.
But even though I have them fourth, it's a toss up group. This group, I don't think anyone's a particular favorite. I'll save my spiel for later on for a certain individual country. But I just think it's a toss up, and I think Trinidad and Tobago, unfortunately, just gonna sit fourth. Now, am I gonna say that it could change and they could finish third? I just don't see them. I just, with Saudi Arabia chilling there, I just don't see them really doing anything a whole lot. My humble opinion. No offense. Don't come at me, please.
Okay.
Anyone from that country.
I'm gonna throw a fork in the road here for y'all. I have them going second place in my predictions. I don't know what it is. I feel
Your
something.
love for them.
I feel something this year with Trinidad and Tobago.
They're not giving you free plane tickets yet.
No, well, you know, I can try, but I can try my hardest. I have them going 2. Now, like Andres is right. This is a toss-up group. This is a very weird group, and I don't want to say group of death, but it's definitely one of the more even groups out there right now, and anything can happen, and one result will change the fate of the entire group for everybody here. So I've turned on Tobago going second. Like I said, I just feel something magical with them right now. Something about them is just clicking in my brain today to put them in second place. Joaquin, where do you have Trinidad and Tobago going?
I'm gonna have to agree with Andres. I think they're going fourth. If like everything goes perfectly, third I think is like their best finish, but I don't see them nowhere near second. In my opinion, I don't see
nowhere near hurtful.
I'm fine with that.
I don't think have to, bro. No free plane tickets for you, bro.
I'm fine with that.
You know what? This might go down as one of my worst takes of all time on this channel, or one of the best takes anyone on football YouTube has ever had.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
okay, bro.
Tell me that if Trinidad
put money on it, put money on it. Then.
No. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But I'm very excited and would hope that they finished in second place. If you are a Trinidad and Tobago fan, let me know in the comments down below how you feel. But I know we do have some supporters from Trinidad and Tobago on the channel. Second place is where I got them. Is where I got them.
He's covering for Diego. Diego's not here, and Diego goes on vibes.
The vibes.
Someone's got to bring the vibes. But in defense of Trinidad and Tobago, let's bring some facts in. You know, they're second, and we're in their World Cup qualifying group. They did lose to Costa Rica, but 2-1. Not too bad. Not too bad. They had a red card, so you know you could say that, you know, just unlucky. But look, there's a chance they could do better. They could surprise us. So I'm gonna be a little bit nice to them, especially, you know, because I'm eternally grateful for them. So I'm gonna be a little bit nice to them.
You're not getting free plane tickets, bro. You're not getting free plane tickets.
I'm not. I've been flamed in the comments enough recently. I just don't feel like being flamed anymore. So I'm gonna just just be a little optimistic on this one.
All right, I like it. We can move from Trinidad and Tobago, which started off with a bang. I want to talk about Haiti a little bit. Let's talk about Haiti. And Haiti's another toss-up country. We have a lot of, I don't know about a lot, but we have some Haiti supporters on the channel that have shouted them out before. They did just have a somewhat of a howler last night in World Cup qualifying against our favorite name in the world, Curaçao. Joaquin, where you got Haiti finishing here?
I don't want to be too predictable, but I feel like I'd put them third, maybe second. I think they have a better chance than Trinidad in finishing second. Like I think they have a stronger team. They beat them twice in the past 2 meetings. Like I just feel like between those two, they can advance. But it's also like the USA and Saudi Arabia games. That's where they're going to have to lose points, and I think they finished third.
Andres?
I have them finishing third. No, nothing crazy. I agree with me and him are on point today, bro. We're on point.
That's
right?
way-
I really
good.
messed up with this with the countries I called out first.
You
We started by saying we're not going to go fourth or first, and that's exactly what I'm doing for you guys here. But it's okay. Go ahead. Fourth place.
I look nothing special. Curacao, shout out the boys. I'm pretty sure I put them fourth in their group. But you know what? Surprise upset. In the past I've heard Elijah, gas them up a little bit, and I think their loss the other night really helped the cause right there. And honestly, it's tough. It literally just depends on how these games go. Like great analysis, I know, but it's a toss up because look, these games could end in all draws, and with with Haiti and Trinidad and Tobago and stuff, and then it's just kind of like a stalemate, and you don't know, because I could see that happening as well, because it's not like a super strong group. You know what I mean? Like in terms of a definitive individual. So individual team. So I'm gonna have them third. I'm gonna stop waffling. I'm gonna say the third for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 4. I put them in 4.
Dang, they're coming after you.
I
bro.
know. I
The
know
comments are
genuinely
after you,
though.
bro.
To our Haiti subscribers, if you're out there, viewers, whatnot, I apologize. This Haiti team is really interesting. They score for fun. This team scores for fun. Even in that game, they lost 5-1, by the way, to Curaçao last night. They had 21 shots, I think. And they only scored 1. But this team consistently scores. Let me tell you how many goals they scored. I'll go backwards games. 5 goals, 3 goals, 8 goals, 5 goals, 3 goals, 6 goals, 4 goals, 3 goals, and then it gets into a little rut there. So they score for fun. But these have all been against teams that are, granted, not that good. Backwards again. Aruba, Puerto Rico, Saint Martin, Aruba, Saint Martin again. Even before that, Puerto Rico again, Barbados, Saint Lucia. They tied with French Guiana. What?
It's great places to visit.
Oh, 100%. I mean, they were going for a vacation here and there. But before that, and we're going back to 2023 here, because they haven't really played really good opposition since then. They lost to Jamaica in the Nations League of 23. They tied with Suriname. They drew again with Jamaica. They tied with Cuba. They lost to Honduras and lost to Mexico even before that, the last Gold Cup. So I like the Haiti team. I just don't think they're ready momentum-wise. Technically, I don't think they're ready for this quality of opposition yet. Like, they haven't had to face this many equal or better opponents since in like 2 or 3 years. Right, so I just think that might play a little bit of a part here, and it depends on who they're able to bring in their lineup. They have a good lineup, they have good players, but injuries and people just not want to be called up have always been a problem, or not wanting to play have long been a problem for Haiti. So I hope it doesn't continue. But with that being said, and that Curaçao game last night left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm going to be honest. It was a poor game. There were some poor mistakes from Haiti's part there. Having to go into a Gold Cup after that game I feel like is a big drawback for them in recent form. So yes, I apologize again. I have Haiti going to go in 4th place here, unfortunately. But again, toss up. I'm not going to be upset if I'm wrong. That's just where I'm going now. So instead of going with Saudi Arabia here next, the USA first. The USA first before we get to the almighty North American giants of Saudi Arabia. Let's start with the USA, because I think this is the biggest story here, arguably. Joaquin, your USA will go 1 or 2.
I might get deported for this take, but I'm gonna put them 2. I have reasoning though. So
that's crazy.
I think right now, like the past 2, we're not to go like too far in the future episode, but their past 2 games have not been great for USA. They haven't had chemistry. They made poor defensive mistakes. They looked really poor, and like going into the Gold Cup, it doesn't bring confidence. And like they're missing a lot of key players, and overall, I just they don't look like they're in form right now, and I just feel like that gives Saudi Arabia the edge. And I'll give some pointers to why I think Saudi Arabia might finish first, but I just want to say I would be on goal difference. I feel like it'd be a close second place finish, but they're not at their peak right now, in my opinion.
Honestly, you're being generous by saying that their past 2 games have been bad. Like you could very easily say their past year. Which, yeah,
I mean, I don't want to go too far. Yeah.
Okay.
So still gotta be safe.
It's a long list.
Yeah.
And that's why we have Andres here. Andres,
Hello.
2 or 1?
2, baby.
Wow.
Give me
You guys have
2.
the exact
USA
same list
2.
today?
I'll see
Don't
you
quote
there.
me. No, don't actually. But look, yeah, we had the same list. Right? It's just
Yeah.
we collaborated right before this.
Beautiful.
But
Beautiful.
Thanks for the notebook.
yeah, I got you. Sent you the notes right before. Like I just don't think the United States, specifically against that one team, Switzerland.
Oh my god. And again, we're
That
gonna have another video going on
that I'm
maybe
not going to get
after
into it
around this. Yes.
right now, but I'm just saying, being on that end of watching the game and seeing what occurred, I just even the Turkey game, same thing. And that's just not a lot of confidence, especially Nations League. You lost to Panama, and that was arguably one of your best possible squads you could have had going into that, and you lost. And look, this group is relatively easy compared to a Group C, in my opinion. If the United States were in a Group C, they could not get out of this. If they were actually in Group C, Panama, Jamaica, Guatemala's kind of like, but after this recent showing, but Panama, Jamaica, yeah, they lost to Panama. I think Jamaica on a good day could, like, genuinely, I don't see the United States getting out of Group C, but Group D, they got a shot. But it would be hilarious to see Trinidad and Tobago get second place and the United States get third. But I just don't see anything coming from them, especially after this. I think that's just kind of like a demoralizing defeat. And it's going to be hard to come back to, especially when you have probably Haiti Trinidad and Tobago going to just sit back and absorb pressure and hope to get a draw. So if you get 2 draws and then you play Saudi Arabia, depending on how Saudi Arabia is playing in this tournament, there's a chance that they get second. And then it's just that simple. I have no confidence in the United States, and it brings me a lot of joy to say that. So yeah, just United States second. Saudi Arabia, I'll save it for later, but let me tell you, they're gonna cook. They're gonna cook.
All right, interesting. Yeah, so I have USA still going 1 here, to be honest. Now that's not to say that they're gonna win the. No. That's not to say that they're gonna win the whole thing. Not to say that they're the team to beat. It's just that, like you said, you're right. I think for their matchups, are fortunate that they have the likes of Trinidad and Tobago and Haiti and even Saudi Arabia here, to be honest. If they were in Group C instead, I do see it a little bit harder. Obviously, pot-wise, it wouldn't have made sense. They wouldn't be in there with Panama and Jamaica. But I still see them going 1 because the Gold Cup is the one where they should be caring about more. And yes, I will admit, almost nothing going into this game gives me hope about this team. But I still think they have the quality for CONCACAF wise to get out of this group. If it was a group, if this was Copa America or something else that had more non-CONCACAF teams in it, I'd say no. But the USA tried and trusted against CONCACAF teams almost too much, and that's a fault to them. They can beat the likes of Trinidad and Tobago and Haiti nowadays pretty consistently because they do so with many CONCACAF teams when they play them. I do think they obviously they know how to win against these level of CONCACAF teams, and that's what gives me them as number 1. I still think they're going to try a little bit harder. I hope they're trying a little bit harder in the Gold Cup here. They're not playing against Switzerland or Turkey anymore. They're playing against Haiti and Trinidad and Tobago. Very different. And I do think it's going to be enough to get out of the group in first place here. And I'll segue that to Saudi Arabia. I have them finishing in second place, despite their CONCACAF prowess typically. I do have them finishing in second place. Or no, I'm sorry, I don't. I have them finishing third place. Let me take that back. I have them finishing third place because I had Trinidad and Tobago go in second place. Saudi Arabia, okay. I am the only one here that watches Asian football, AFC football. Saudi Arabia, historically, up until in the past year or so, fucking caught me off guard with the. That's right. Where was I? Okay, Saudi Arabia, yes, up until the past year or two, have been obviously one of the best teams in Asian football. You can still say they're up there. There obviously are the teams that are starting to get above them. Uzbekistan and Jordan just made the World Cup. Other teams around that and Saudi Arabia are definitely losing that golden era of their football. This team, they qualified for the next playoff of the World Cup for AFC. Barely, though. Barely. They truthfully haven't looked that good in World Cup qualifying thus far. They sit in third place, finish after 10 games in third place with 13 points. With a -1 goal differential, they've only scored 7 goals in 10 matches here against AFC opponents, right? And I think that some of these teams are fairly comparable to CONCACAF teams. I don't see them all of a sudden remedying that personally. Whereas you play likes of Haiti, and Haiti love to score, blah blah blah. I think if Saudi Arabia are able to do it, it's their defense that's going to save them. But I just don't think they're going to score enough goals to get out of here. And historically, too, AFC and Saudi Arabia aren't that good against CONCACAF teams. Like historically, a lot of AFC teams come into CONCACAF for whatever reason, and typically don't do that well unless you're obviously South Korea or Japan. So I think that trend is going to continue. I think they're going to finish in third place. Granted, Saudi Arabia's defense is really good. They only allowed 8. They scored 7, only allowed 8. But I still think they're just not scoring is going to be a really, really big deal. I think it's going to sit them in third, and they're not going to advance under Hervé Renard into the next round. Wow. For me, this was really hard. This was really hard because of my knowledge of Saudi Arabia, and the bottom 3 were really hard to pick, and I might have had it totally wrong. I'm going to be honest. That's looking likely that I had him totally wrong. Yeah, I guess Saudi Arabia not getting out of this group here, just because there's nothing about them really exudes confidence to me right now, and they, like I said, they can't score. That's a really big deal. I mean, they're tied for the second lowest amount of goals scored in that group. It's just that their defense is really good. They're third best defense in the group, so it's a toss up there. Joaquin, Saudi Arabia finishes
first. I think. Like I said earlier, it'd be close with USA. It'd be like goal difference, potentially 1 point at the most. But I just feel like I know they had a bad game recently, but they'll be missing some players as well. The main one from the Club World Cup is Al Dosari.
Mm-hmm.
He's their 3rd highest goal scorer in their history. But honestly, it might be a blessing in disguise because he missed a penalty in their last game. And I think the stat is that he's missed the most penalties in their history for the national team. So it might actually be helpful not to have him there.
That's crazy.
But
I didn't even know that.
They're missing. Yeah, I didn't know that either. But yeah, no, he's a good player. But honestly, maybe giving another player a chance might be hopeful in the long term. And I just feel like they're only missing through that one club, just a couple players, but the most of them are still there. And I don't know. I feel like they can pull off an upset somehow.
Valid. I like that. What of the stats? The random fantasy stats out of nowhere too. I like it.
Get him on the commentary team, bro.
Anyone over Taylor Twellman, my friend. Anyone over Taylor Twellman for this Gold Cup, please. Andres, Saudi Arabia goes what?
First. They got to go first. I mean, look, and the underdog story. I'm always good for an underdog story. They're North American underdogs, of course. So you gotta lock it.
Can I say real quick, if you're at this point of the video and there might be one person out there, this is a joke. We know Saudi Arabia are not in CONCACAF there.
Too late, bro. They already wrote the comment and posted it, bro.
I know. I'm doing this for the sake of being able to link the timestamp so they can
put it in the description.
Yeah,
it is a joke. It is a joke.
We know.
This is satire.
We know.
We are well aware the geography of the world and where countries are at mostly. Okay, so I just have it first. I feel like they're the most, you could say, in-form team coming into this, in the sense of they got some momentum going.
That's a
for
low
them.
bar.
I know, but I'm just saying, look, it's a low bar. It's such a low bar that at least losing 2-1 to Australia isn't a horrible thing compared to 4-0. All right, so I'm just saying.
Fair.
So I think Saudi Arabia's got some momentum going for them. They have some good players, and I think the United States is on the decline. And I genuinely don't see a road back for them. And in terms of doing well in this tournament, I think they'll get out of the group, but I just don't see them really going far as much as really anticipated before everything that's happened before the break, before the player selection, all that. So I think this is Saudi Arabia's group 2 take, but I can see them finishing second as well. But first, second, but definitely advancing, just because I don't see them really. Trinidad and Tobago finishing second. No offense, I just don't see it.
Someone had to throw something out there, okay? Someone had to do it for the views. No, I'm just kidding. It's not for the views. I truly do believe that. I truly do believe it. I do. I swear to God, I wouldn't. Oh, come on. Most of the time, I'm the most sane person here with the takes.
Yeah, that's why it's weird.
So,
I know.
I had to go out there a little bit. I'm feeling a little crazy today. I feel a little crazy.
Okay, haircut.
I got a little haircut. Graduating this week. I feel just a little crazy.
He's feeling it. He's feeling the vibes, baby.
I'm feeling the vibes right now. The Trinidad and Tobago vibes. But you're gonna see me at my graduation with a flag, just holding it up, second place. But of course, like we said earlier, if you're at this point in the video, let us know in the comments down below how you predict this video or this group to go. first through fourth. We'd love to hear you guys' opinions. The response on these past 3 videos have been absolutely amazing. We hope you guys will keep it up for this one and the Gold Cup content moving forward. We're going to a Gold Cup game next week, and we're going to vlog our experience for you guys, so make sure to stick around for that. We're going to live stream Panama versus Jamaica, maybe other games depending on time. So make sure to stick around for that. And again, we have a lot of content, reactions, reviews, recaps, more things, previews, predictions, everything that you might want from Gold Cup we have coming your way. So make sure to subscribe now, like the video if you haven't already, and like I said, comment, and hopefully see you guys in future videos. Take care.
Peace.